Hello, I'm Elgato, and the current generations of consoles is the one which has seen us mostly switch over to the digital age of purchases. Now, most games are purchased via the digital stores, and this means it's a lot easier if Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo want to pull a game, they just pull it from digital sale, and most people can't access it. And this is interesting because they've actually done this to one of the versions of Minecraft. There's a version of Minecraft they don't want you to play, and rather than beating around the bush about it, let's just go to my local pre-owned game store, and I picked it up for £28, which is actually significantly more than it originally retailed for, and now, you'll notice I have a game which has been pulled from sale on the Xbox store. Microsoft does not want you to buy this, they'd rather you instead bought the new version. It's called Minecraft Bedrock or Minecraft Pocket Edition. This is very hard to pick up because it was only on sale until that version became available. It's been discontinued for 2 years now, and because of that, like I said, it's actually picked up value. If you have a copy of this game, it's worth more than when you first bought it, which is kind of a cool thing. So if you have a copy, you want to keep it for a long time, the only way to ever get this in the future, Microsoft has stated a few times, is going to be via one of these physical copies. And even these, they really aren't preferred. They only let you play them because of how digital rights work. But yeah, this is Minecraft Xbox One Edition. Let's pop it into our Xbox, which on my Xbox, because I've already got the updates, won't work. So it should be noted that because on my Xbox, I've already played Minecraft Xbox One, I have updates, I can just play the current updates, but if you remove all of your updates or you've never played this version, you'll actually get the original version on the disc, which we're going to find out what that is right now, because this was released many years ago, many updates ago, and it's the only way to go back in time to that update on the Xbox One. Okay, so we have now deleted Minecraft Xbox One and all of the save and update info, and we've turned the Xbox to offline mode, which means that when we take this disc right here and we put it in there, it should load up on the original update. Again, there's a few steps required, but this disc holds the secrets to an update which is literally not available. Again, Xbox games and most consoles, and even Minecraft Bedrock on any platform, has no update selector. Once an update comes out, the previous update is removed, which means that, as you can see, Minecraft Xbox One Edition magically appears. I think you actually have to install it. Yeah, you physically do have to install the game. It is now 100% installed, as you can tell from that little pop-up and the fact that it's in the background. Again, any console game, Xbox or PlayStation 4, has to be installed onto the physical hard drive. Embarrassing of me to forget that, although also embarrassing of the console manufacturers to put it there. So, big differences already, you can tell. The logos here are huge. Everything is going to look slightly different, including this menu screen. Oh, this is so old. So I believe this is from Title Update 14. That was the most recent update at the time Xbox One Edition released, and it looks a lot like TU14. So yeah, we're going pretty far back in time into the past for this one, at a time where, oh, my save files are still here, but they're from the way future. I know I'm going to break one if I try to load it up, so I really shouldn't, but at the same time, I kind of want to break it, so let's break this world right here by loading up a world from the future, from the past, into this one. It's, again, bad things are going to happen, but, you know, who's going to fault me for trying? So let's take my, title update like 80 or whatever on right now world, into title update 14. Don't know what I expected, but it should have been a crash. So this right here is the Title Update 14 tutorial world, and funnily enough, this actually featured in the TU19 tutorial world, and then it came back way later. It's been referenced a few times, but this, at the time it came out, was really cool. They updated the tutorial world, made it a whole brand new thing, and taught us about all of the brand new features. It was a really cool thing that 4J did with every update, where every single time they updated the game, they taught about the new features, which means that this was the update. They added melons, carrots, potatoes for the first time. I think just carrots and potatoes, actually. Melons might be a bit older, but you can see how, like, oh yeah, looking around, a lot of features that started the first time. I think even the breeding of animals was something that came in this update, so they made these chests right here, presumably with some wheat. Yeah, there's some wheat, so you can actually breed the animals, which was only possible for the first time in this update. Kind of wild, right? But real thing about this version of the game. And look, now baby animals started to exist. You got XP, whole brand new thing, so that's pretty exciting. They also added a bunch of features from like way further in the future, because this is based on the Minecraft 1.3/1.4, but you see some other features in there, such as the enchanting system was different, etc. And yeah, this is the TU14 tutorial world. It's quite the blast to go through and see. This was actually the first update. They also added the jungle temple and the desert temple to the game. Again, it's kind of wild to think at one point these were brand new structures never seen before. They're amazing, just rare things you'd find in the jungles and the deserts, and here you can find them fresh into the game, put in the tutorial world so that you would see that they existed. And I'm assuming in the desert we're going to find the same thing, as well as seeing desert villages, which is kind of fun and cool, and nice little desert structure they put for the tutorial world. That's actually quite a cool little thing if you want to make one. But then also, as you're going to see right here, it's a desert temple. And it's a pre-1.8 desert temple, so instead of having stained clay, which I don't think existed just yet. Yeah, there's no stained clay. Look how few blocks there is, really, but it's using wool instead of stained clay, so that's a fun little difference right there too. And yeah, it's kind of wild to remember that this was, in its heyday, a huge update for Minecraft. This is where Minecraft Console Edition was starting to get into the swing of things. Again, when it first launched, it was kind of just a port from the PC version, a kind of bad port for being honest, and then it eventually grew to being one of the most loved versions of Minecraft by so many different people, and this was like one of the first updates where it started to form like, oh yeah, we can seriously start to catch up with PC. Also, there's a music disc hunt only found on this version, so you gotta go around the world, search for 12 separate discs. They're hidden in increasingly tricky to find locations. But yeah, to go back to the creative menu for a second, look at this, look at this little fun thing over here. But look at this creative menu. There is literally, like, what is that, like 8 different rows of building blocks, and then we're out. It's all done then. That's mind-blowing. When you look at the decorations, instead of 4 pages, 2 pages. Like, there's so many fewer items in this update than in the future. I think people forget just how much Minecraft improves at any given time. But, you know, even back in this time, people love Minecraft. You know, if you think there's not enough stuff in Minecraft, the truth is, there's a huge amount more than there's ever been. The stuff is probably not the thing that's, you know, tying you down from the previous pass. Also, just as a quick thing, look at this nice little boat right here. So the options are also going to be significantly fewer than in other updates, so it's going to be better than TU1. Oh, Bedrock Fog is still an option. It's turned off by default, which is interesting. But Bedrock Fog is one of the weirdest removed features. Again, generally speaking, they don't remove features from Minecraft's past, but as it turns out, they've done it for here. Also, turn up that interface sensitivity, which saves from the future versions. View bobbing, you know, that's fine. But yeah, we don't actually have options to turn down the size of our controller as far as I can tell. Yeah, no, our HUD is still locked at its maximum size, unless I've missed something huge here. But that means that if you wanna, you know, like, if you wanna have a smaller HUD, you can't. This huge menu bar at the bottom, do you see how just massive this is the only option we have. Also, I believe we can still break, yeah, because it's prior to that change, you can break blocks using this. But let's go try out Bedrock Fog, because Bedrock Fog is one of the weirdest features in Minecraft. They added for like a couple of updates, and it was just kind of universally hated, so they just removed it really. So what Bedrock Fog was, you can probably imagine, when you dig far enough down, like we're doing right now, you'd eventually start to see something called the Bedrock Fog. Wow, what a crazy thought. This Bedrock Fog makes it harder to see, especially at distances, because Bedrock, just kind of like how Redstone has its effect, Bedrock has a foggy style effect, which kind of makes sense. It's like we're at the bottom of the world, things are meant to be darker, it's just that it never really took on. People never liked the Bedrock Fog effect, so they started making it optional. Then apparently in this update they made it optional with it turned off by default, and then again it got removed later, and never really came back. It was just an unpopular option that they never really saw the need in, so that's a thing. Anyway, this is TU14. It's really weird to check out again. I kind of want to see like one of my best TU14 things. But yeah, if you want to play TU14, if you missed some of the good old days, but you don't want to go back to like TU1 or anything like that, one of the best things you can do is get yourself Xbox One Edition and go back here. However, the other great thing about buying a disc version is not just playing 2014 Minecraft. This is late 2014's Minecraft Console Edition, but you can also play the current version, because if you are connected to the internet, or not artificially unconnected from the internet, what you'll instead end up with is Title Update 67. So yeah, this is the last version of Minecraft that they actually updated on this version. It means you don't have the Aquatic Update, which is only available on 360, PS3, and PlayStation 4, and you won't receive any future updates, because as you might be able to guess, it's very subtle, but they want you to download the latest version of Minecraft for free. For some reason, they decided to put that in a mega box, like, oh yeah, we got the normal menu options, the regular ones, then we've got the way cooler, download the latest version of Minecraft for free, all capitals, because that's the only way to get a point across. And if you click this button, it'll take you to the store where you can buy Minecraft. And that's, they'll prompt you not only here, which is like, you know, like, fair enough, okay, prompt you over there, I guess, and force you onto the store, but also when you load up the game for the first time, they're like, you know, this isn't the version of the game we want you playing, we want you on the other one. And there is a new version of Minecraft available, and guess what? That same button, which you missed on the home screen, it's not very big at all, download the latest version of Minecraft for free! You even get the Aquatic Update, which will be a bit weird after a certain amount of time. But yeah, Basically, oh, and it's taken me there because I pressed the wrong button. Basically, there's no way to get out of that. You just have to, you know, either like X out of it, or you have to go to the store and see it one more time. There, again, this version of the game is not the one that they want people playing. And you might say like, oh, that's really a cynical thing. But I mean, truthfully, they want to have a community in one place. They want anyone who's still playing this game to realize this isn't the version they support. But it means that there's a very small community, but still an active community that will still play it. So all of the mini games which don't exist on Minecraft Bedrock are here and do still have some players. We'll see if that's true right now. Well, let's try and join a map and see if anyone's playing Battle. Hey, despite the fact that it is literally, 11 p.m. and the game has been discontinued for 2 years, there's another version of Minecraft on the same Xbox, which is, encouraged instead. There are still people playing Battle. In fact, a lot of them. There's like 9 of us in this game. And that is just the point about how many people still love and still play this game. And this is something you can't get on Bedrock. This is something you can't get on Java. It's an exclusive to Minecraft Console Edition. You can only get it by purchasing one of these discs, or if you happen to own it before that, you can still play that, but you have to purchase a disc if you want to play this game today. There is a fully fledged version of Minecraft with these fully fledged custom-made worlds by, professional artists at their studio. It's quite a cool thing, but let's play around from scratch and let's get the battle going on. Honestly, to me, the best bit about going back to the present versions of Minecraft is you get to be the Ocelot skin. It's in Skin Pack 5 if you choose to download this version yourself, and you get to look like an Ocelot, or like the Toy Cat skin, as it is known by a lot of people these days. But, you can be that, it's kind of great. And you can also check out this battle lobby, even if you don't have any friends. Even if no one's online, then you can do this. Also, oh no, come on. I sat through like 10 minutes of his game and then he rage quits. So this is Battle. It is, again, it's Hunger Games style. It's called Battle because it's really different in a few ways, but it's heavily inspired, to say the least, by the Hunger Games. It is a, PvP, mini game with chests and such, and let's just call it the Hunger Games to be simple. But yeah, it's made exclusively by 4J, only available on console, and the biggest differences are mostly the fact that it's like everything's built into the game. It's got a proper UI, a proper joining system, a proper everything that doesn't require servers. There's no microtransactions within the game. You can buy extra maps, but you can play on anyone's maps regardless whether you pay them or not. So it only helps if you're hosting the game to pay for maps. It's one of the best, most generous systems of, like free to play, but then technically you can buy stuff that I think exists out there in general. It's a wonderful thing, and it's one of the most fun forms of, again, PvP / Hunger Games, etc., that does exist out there. A lot of people really like this, and the fact that, even to this day, I just started the game, but we've already got a bunch of people in here, shows that a lot of people, not just myself, really, really, really do like this. And again, it's got a really weird balance system where, like, okay, we've got a shovel. Can we kill people with that? I guess we're gonna have to try, right? We're gonna have to try. So, yeah, we're gonna go back to the center. We've got some... Oh, also, it auto-equips armor. You can see the armors on screen at all times. Again, because they're developers of the game, they can do interesting stuff like this that just isn't possible if you're just making a map to be played on a server. And that's why Battle was always loved by so many people. It's just got all these unique different things. The hunger system works entirely differently, for instance. Again, it's not about being hungry, but you can make it about that. It's customizable by the user, so if you want to set up your own game, you can make it so that, like, everyone loses hunger 5 times faster. You can make it all about ranged-only weapons or high power. You can change, battle as however you like. Weakness doesn't affect your bow. Aim if you're not familiar. There we go. Fire one of these up there too. Yeah, hurt 'em real bad. And let's do this. Oh, no, okay, oh. I knocked him off the edge, that's all we gotta do. We gotta knock him off the edge. Oh, yes, nailed it. I would argue, though, that Glide is an even better example of this. Again, fully built in, fully into the game, is a mini-game which no server ever made because they couldn't monetize it. There's no real way to cash this in with microtransactions or anything like that, but it's something they made for free for the Bedrock, for the console version of Minecraft, and it was one of the coolest innovations we'd ever seen from 4J Studios, the developers who made this, where it's basically an Elytra-based minigame. People love the Elytra, people wanted a racing-based minigame, so they figured, why not just do it? They made a bunch of tracks, and they managed to make the mechanic, which is fairly simple, into a really interesting one, with all these tracks dedicated to it. They've added a, like a speedometer on screen, as well as the timer, as well as the ability to see a bunch of people and not fly into each other. Again, lots of weird stuff. A life system, like you can see down there. There's so many interesting things about this game mode, where they use the Minecraft engine to basically make their own cool, unique thing. Oh, also, they had speed boosts not available elsewhere. It's such a fun interesting idea. It's one of the things that people love about console, and that really hasn't been replicated elsewhere to this day. And honestly, it probably couldn't be replicated elsewhere, like, because of just, because of just how much it's going on with other versions. You can't really, you know, like, replicate this on the Java version or on the Bedrock edition. But it's one of those things that's just so fun. Instinctively, everyone who plays this loves it. And the best bit is it's not just available online with people like, you know, your friends or Froggy Fellow in this case. You can play it with complete strangers if you want to, but you can also play it with split screen people. You can play, even if you're not connected to the internet, you could still play these games, and that's one of the wonderful things about this. Like, they took advantage of the fact they're on console to try and make, you know, try and put features in there that weren't necessarily on previous console games. You see, every time you hit a wall, you lose one of your lives. Lose all 3 lives, you go back to the previous checkpoint, because you might have noticed there's checkpoints in this game. Again, there's just so many fun, unique things they made here. And I really am just loving all of it. It's so much nostalgia, even like from just a couple of years ago. Oh, I crashed. See? And now we go back down. It's so much nostalgia, even from just a couple of years ago, to see this again and to play through it, etc. And yeah, maybe you see a bit of nostalgia yourself. Can we win this, by the way? I think we can if we do this last bit just right. Get the... Oh, no, we didn't win it. We came so close. One last thing, there's also a few really cool, clever shortcuts that really require you to master the Elytra, that you just don't see in modern Minecraft, although I crashed, so... Clearly, I haven't mastered the Elytra. But, yeah, I really recommend this, not just as a way, as a really fun minigame, but it's also, like, a really good way to train your Elytra skills. In regular Minecraft, you just pick up the Elytra, and then you're, like, expected to be good at it or whatever. But this is a version of Minecraft that said, no, actually, we'll give you a minigame, we'll train your abilities. And I feel like most Minecraft console players are better than, you know, other edition players because they've had all these years, hours, whatever, experience playing with an Elytra, trying to maneuver it through tiny gaps like this. Well, I mean, I'm as soon as I say that, I start being terrible and crashing into walls, but trying to maneuver it through tiny gaps like this is a really, you know, unique way to learn how to use something without crashing, etc, etc. Learning how to best go, you know, balance the ups, downs, the boosts, the etc, the best angle to fly at. These were all things we had to work out, and that was something pretty cool. So just as a reminder of how much was added in the, you know, 3 years between 2014 and 2017 when the game was discontinued, you can see how, like, oh yeah, look how that 1 page turned into 4, and just how many new things were added to Minecraft. It's pretty wild, actually, to really look at them all in one place. Also, there's just a couple of features only available in this version. The biggest one, the one that I know you're all missing. That's right, it's coming back. We're making it happen. There is, in fact, a minecart with furnace. I know you all love it. I know you all miss it. And it's here. Look at this beauty. Do you ever think to yourself, like, you know, powered rails are just too much effort for me, but I do have coal that I wish I could use to power my minecarts. Guess what? Furnace minecart has you covered. It's a really useless feature if we're being entirely honest, but it's still kind of fun to see there. Also, amplified worlds, only available in this version. A few different things, you know, quality of life things that people like are also only available in this version, and that's why a lot of people still play it to this day. It's kind of funny, it's kind of wild, but this version was more based on the Java edition, and the Bedrock edition is obviously a whole separate thing, and because of that, a lot of people do prefer the current kind of things, and it's just an interesting thing to see. Oh, Froggy Fellow's here. One sec, I want to see... oh, he's left the game. I was gonna be like, oh, you could see the tutorial well. But, yeah, no, basically, as you can probably work out, this is Minecraft Console Edition. For me, I based my channel on the game for many years, so it's cool to show a whole bunch of new people that if you want to get this game, this is how you do so. You've probably guessed from just all the positive things I've said that I feel so much nostalgia, so much love for this version of Minecraft, and maybe you do too. Maybe you're feeling exactly the same way. And this video, you know, reminded you of that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you watch this whole thing, you're like, actually, I quite like Java, I like Bedrock more. But this was, you know, the end of an era for Minecraft console. Or, technically speaking, the PlayStation 4 edition continues on for a certain amount of time. Accepting change is something that is always a hard thing to do. But it's something that, you know, like, I guess, you know, forcibly a lot of people had to learn to do over the last year or so. And it's something I think has been overall a positive change. I think there's a lot of big benefits I've had from the switch to Bedrock. It's just nice to have the option to come back. I wish the option was available for everyone, but if you want to do this, you still do need to pick yourself up a copy of Minecraft Xbox One, and because over time they'll never have more digital versions, they'll never print more of these, this is a fixed run game which they'll never make more of. So buy a copy now, and you have a literally limited piece of software that I think honestly in like a some number of years will be known as that weird, strange version of Minecraft, and you'll know the truth about it. assuming the Xbox One lasts, and assuming you can still download software. But, you know, assuming that weird things don't happen, then yeah, this is the weird alternate story of that time. Minecraft released a game that was meant to be the sequel to Minecraft, but replaced Minecraft, and then they pretended it was the only Minecraft. And now you know how to go back to the old version if you want to. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like it if you liked it. Turn on the notification bell if you want to see more such videos in the future. And as the sun sets, so does this video. Goodbye.